You've got to be unique. You've got to be kind. You've got to be feminine. What's going on? It's Chris from The Dating Doc in this new series that I call Conversations with Chris. This is basically as if we're doing a little bit of a couch conversation. If you're here hanging out at the house with me and we're talking about mainly dating and relationships. So if you enjoy the content, right, please click like and subscribe. You know, the same old deal that everyone talks about, right? Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. So I'm gonna talk about entitlement. Okay, these are for the ladies, all right? How many times have you seen a video that says something like, he better make this much amount of money, right? It's not he better, it's always this he better. And yeah, I don't care what ethnic group, I don't care if you're white, black, Decepticon, whatever. The reason that a lot of successful men don't have time for the entitlement mentality is that they're looking at the fact that she will never be happy. Okay, I'm gonna get into that. So if you think that a man needs to make that much money, but you're financially irresponsible, you like to spend on a lot of brunches and clothes and trips, right? And girls' nights out, and you still have a running debt on your credit card, yet you expect a man to be financially successful. This to me is a reflection, in my opinion, it's a reflection of the fact that you're not happy. So you wanna be able to have a man fill that gap with mainly money. And nowadays, all of y'all are brainwashed by the same old Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion factory of woman that push this narrative to say, hey, you gotta be a boss, babe, be strong and independent. But oh, by the way, look for a man who's going to fund your life, who's gonna sponsor you. And to me, that's just a couple levels up from the oldest profession in the world, if you know what I'm talking about, right? So to me, you're not happy with yourself, because if you were happy with yourself, you would then prioritize, look, I need a man that's going to respect and value me, and I can do the same. There's this kind of level, like not only you're in financial debt, most of y'all that ask for a lot of money in a guy are mainly financially irresponsible, so you want someone to cover the debt and beyond, right? If you're truly happy with yourself, you won't have to spend all this money on things that validate you, right? The brunches, the trips. A lot of y'all take trips to escape from things you haven't worked on, from true trauma, right? The fact that you don't feel like you've done anything with your life, the fact you're not married, you don't have any kids, that secretly some of your friends hate you, that people at your job don't respect you because you're spending too much time going on trips and taking, booty photos on Instagram. They just don't, they don't respect you. And you know this, deep down you know this. You know that you're not happy with your life, but you distract yourself with spending a lot of money. With this distraction, you get a little bit of delulu, right? You get delusional and you think, you know what? I'm gonna distort reality and I'm gonna pretend I'm a goddess. I'm going to pretend that I'm a princess that's making $2 million. I'm gonna speak like a woman that makes $2 million, even though I'm $2,000 in credit card debt, right? So you're not truly happy with yourself. You've got to face the mirror, all right? You've got to face the mirror. The number two thing about entitlement, think about a guy who's successful. I want you to keep in mind the traits and the skills for him to be successful. He more than likely hires and fires people. He does performance reviews. He's an investor, okay? If he's doing anywhere 6 figures on up, he's gonna use some of that money to invest, put in the IRA, put in a 401k. Some of y'all insulted I'm talking about investments because you're like, what does this got to do with me? Listen up. If he has those skills, don't you think he's reviewing you? Don't you think from a mile away when he sees your online dating profile, he sees you at happy hour looking around with your tight fitted dress, maybe he's out there just to get a drink with the guys. He don't care about chasing no woman. Matter of fact, because he's a high value man, the woman should be trying to show him choosing signals. Don't you think he has the ability to smell y'all a mile away? You never thought about that, right? The bigger point with this number 2 point is, haven't you realized that maybe he has sniffed you out? Maybe he sees no value in you. He sees that all you care about are his resources. He's a smart guy, okay? A successful man is a smart man. Yet some of y'all are foolish with pride, thinking you're entitled to a guy like that. A self-confident, made man. He don't have time for the foolery. He does not have time for your TikTok, Instagram video about how men don't approach you and how you're a good looking woman and you do this and you deserve the right kind of man and all this stuff. He sees through all that. He has hired and fired your types, whether they're man or woman. The entitlement matched with laziness, right? The feeling they need to get paid more, but not bring any value. The ones that only bank on one skill, but don't want to put any effort. He has hired and fired people like you. So as a woman, if you are going to truly bring him value, you've got to be unique. You've got to be kind. You've got to be feminine. He doesn't have the time and energy, and he's not going to expend his time and energy for one of these entitled bops. Sorry. Number 3, keep this in mind. It has more to do with entitlement. If you define it in layman terms, is you feeling that automatically you should be given something. It's you thinking that you don't have to do anything. It's given to you. What ends up happening is that in a long-term marriage or relationship, your mindset is not going to change, and the man's not going to put up with it. He's not going to waste any time. If y'all end up getting married, it's going to be a loveless marriage. It's going to be an unhappy relationship because of you. Okay, as much as you want to blame it on the man, it's because of you. Keep that in mind. As much as you want to be mad because a man's telling you this, it comes down to you creating that unhappy home. It's not even a home anymore. It's a house. When you bring this energy that you don't have to do anything, you don't have to communicate, the man can work hard and he doesn't have anyone to vent to because you're too busy scrolling on your phone. He doesn't have anyone to be inspired by because you just want to use his credit card. And then on top of that, the sex goes away after a couple months of marriage. He's not gonna put up with you. So I'm gonna wrap this video up, but I'm telling you right now, woman, you've got to, if you've made it throughout this video, you've got to wake up, or you're gonna lose out, or you're gonna die an early death alone. This is Chris from The Dating Doc with Conversations with Chris. So if you enjoyed this content, okay, I know it's tough talk. Click like and subscribe, support the channel. Appreciate you.